Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for the second part for Wednesday versus Video Season 1 recap videos. So this is part 2 for the Wednesday versus Video recap video for Season 1. And yeah, I'm going to continue where I left off, and I believe it's for Episode 9. So let's dive into this video. At Episode 9 I did was for Kansas versus Styx. I did this September 29th. Um, yeah, I chose both of them as the winner because both bands are pretty good. And sorry for my yawning. I'm just a little tired and all that. But yeah, Kansas and Styx went against each other just to see who was going to be the winner. But I think both of them were the winner in this case because they were both good bands. And I enjoyed most of Kansas's music. Even some of the new album was pretty good. Really good, I should say, in my opinion. But yeah, Throwing Mountains. I tried getting my mom into some of the new album and she wasn't really feeling for it. I don't know. But yeah, Styx's new album was good, but nothing special. And Styx has the Fooling Yourself Angry Young Man song, Mr. Roboto, which is pretty good song, I should say, not talented. It's a pretty enjoyable song. Uh Babe. Then there's Show Me the Way, which is one of my personal favorite songs. Blue Collar Man and Too Much Time on My Hands. There's some other tracks and all that, but I have to look into it again. But Kansas has really good songs like Perfect Lover, Song for America, Point of No Return, Carry On My Wayward Son, or Carry On Wayward Son, I should say. Uh, Hold On was pretty good, and Play the Game was good. The Wall is one of my favorites, so they got a lot of good songs, honestly. So definitely check out Kansas if you haven't listened to them, and Styx as well, because they were both the winner. Episode 10 I did was for 21 Pilots versus Royal Blood. I picked Royal Blood as the winner when I did the video, or later on in the video when I was talking about what I like for both the bands. Ugh. Sorry for my yawning. I'm just a little tired tonight, and I'm just like in a weird headspace today. So I don't know. Just being stuck inside and not going to work for over almost 2 weeks is kind of uh, it kind of fucks with your head being at home all the time and stuck in your head and all that. But yeah, um, Royal Blood is a good band, I should say. Their new album, Typhoons, was pretty good, in my opinion. 21 Pilots, however, put out a decent album, but not the best album. Scaled and Icy was too cheery and happy feel kind of album, and I just wasn't feeling for some of the tracks from the album. Like Saturday was not very good. It's a very bad song, uh, in my opinion. So, yeah, I chose Royal Blood as the winner for episode 10. Episode 11 was for Escape the Fate versus Ice Nine Kills. I chose Ice Nine Kills because I'm not a huge fan of Escape the Fate anymore. Uh, I thought their new album was okay, but it wasn't a great listen. I would still give it like a 6 out of 10 or something, because the album was underwhelming to listen to. But that's just my opinion. Chemical Warfare wasn't very good. Uh, and then there was an album they did 3 years before this album came out. I think it was called Human or something like that. I don't know, but I'll have to look into it again. But Ice Nine Kills was the winner due to the fact that I enjoyed the Silver Scream 1 and now the Silver Scream 2. Welcome to Horrorwood. And Welcome to Horrorwood was pretty good. But the Silver Scream is one of my favorites by heart. Hands down, it's one of my favorites. So, yep, Ice Nine Kills for episode 11 was the winner for the Escape the Fate versus Ice Nine Kills one. Episode 12 I did was for Lady Gaga versus Rihanna, and I chose Lady Gaga due to the fact that Rihanna has good songs, but then she squanders her potential with doing this rapping slash mumbling singing in her songs, and I wouldn't say mumbling singing, but it just gets to a point where it becomes obnoxious noise with some of her songs. Not every song. It just depends on the song, I should say. Some songs execute well and some songs don't. That's what I'm trying to say without getting people butthurt over it. But still, I chose Lady Gaga because she has, in my opinion, better songs. So that was episode 12. Episode 13 I did was for Sum 41 versus A Day to Remember. I chose Sum 41 as a winner because Day to Remember really fucked up with their new album. You're Welcome is not a masterpiece. It's a disaster piece. I should say. It's very hard to really come to terms with how you listen to the album and then how you perceive it. But yeah, You're Welcome was not good. I think their 6 albums were better than You're Welcome. The 7th studio album they made, Day to Remember, really flopped. But Sum 41 has been putting out some banger albums for sure recently. Like 13 Voices was pretty good. Then there was the album, it's the 2019 album that they made. I know what it's called and I own the CD, but you'll have to remind me in the comment section below, or I'll just look it up right now and see what it is. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm just looking it up right now. Order in Decline. That's what it's called. Order in Decline. I just remembered at the last moment before even getting to the result of it. I'm really sorry that I had to look that up. I just tend to forget sometimes, so my mind drifts from place to place. But still, Sum 41 was the winner in my video for episode 13 of Wednesday versus video. Episode 14 I did was for Maroon 5 versus Foo Fighters. Now, I chose Foo Fighters due to the fact that Maroon 5 are fucking sellouts now. And I did mention it in my episode 14 of Wednesday versus video. I think you guys will enjoy that video. It's quite entertaining. But still, I just don't like the direction Maroon 5's going in. They did a rock pop kind of sound for a little while, and then they drifted from that right after the Hands All Over album. Yeah, there was some experimentation with overexposed, and V was getting somewhere with some songs, but not every song was great because they really experimented, and Adam Levine has a fucking big ego, for sure, and he's just taking the band into a pretty dumpster fire of a direction, and they're just making radio friendly music now, pop friendly music, and they are not considered a rock pop band anymore. So fuck you, Maroon 5. very much. I don't hate the members for the band. I think they are not doing anything. They're pretty much using electronics and synth noises in the song. I don't hate the band itself. I just hate Adam Levine and the direction they went for. So they're fucking sellouts for that. And it's a shame. So that's all I got to say about Maroon 5. I've already said enough, but that's just my opinion. Um, that was episode 14. I chose Foo Fighters as the winner because they make better music. Um, episode 15 I did was for Kings of Leon versus Theory of a Dead Man. Um, I chose Kings of Leon due to the fact that Theory of a Dead Man was good for a time until after the Truth Is album, and then was the Savages album, and that was the last best album. And then they experimented with Wake Up Call and Say Nothing, and those were garbage albums. They were not good albums. I think they were trying to go in a different direction, and they failed at doing that. So, like the song, for instance, Poe Mouth, um, World Keeps Spinning was horrible. History of Violence, I like the meaning behind the song, but then comes Affluenza and in the Say Nothing album, and Jesus Christ, that was a horrible song. Excuse my language for saying the JC word, but God, it was a horrible song. But still, I chose Kings of Leon as the winner because I personally think they're still good, even though Caleb Folwell does have some mumbling in his singing voice. And he's very monotone and very low key with his vocals, but still, I think it works. Uh, I can hear some of what he's singing, but it's kind of still a little faint. But that's just my opinion. Next up is episode 16 I did, which was for Coldplay versus AJR. Of course, I'm going to choose Coldplay over AJR. I don't like Coldplay's new direction they went in with the new album, but Music of the Spheres apparently uh, is charting at one of the best pop albums for some people. And I'm like, how can you call this a good album? Beautiful was crap. And others songs like that were just a little boring. And my universe is I've grown a little apart from that song a little bit, and not in a good way. But that's my opinion. Let Somebody Go was a nice song, but not my favorite song. Human Heart is a little forgettable, and kind of boring of a track. People of the Pride, yeah, I can understand why some people don't like it, because the lyrics are very cringy. Uh, with other things that Chris Martin is singing. But when Coldplay first started, they were doing good. Then comes Milo Xyloto, and that was a huge mess. It was an okay album, but it kind of had a lot of messy points in the album. Then was after that was Ghost Stories, and I really enjoyed that album. After that comes the Head Full of Dreams, and that was really disappointing. And then Everyday Life went back on track, and now they fall back into the pop genre with Music of the Spheres, and I'm like, oh god. And besides, they're giving it up in 2025, so yeah, they're not gonna do music anymore. So I still would choose Coldplay only for their previous work, up to Ghost Stories. After that, their music is kind of forgettable. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna have to return to you for part 3 for the final part. It's not gonna be a long part, but I will have to return to you for part 3 for Wednesday versus video season 1 recap video. I hope you enjoyed the second part. Sorry that I dragged it out very long, but stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in part 3 pretty soon.